channel?
Can
This
hear.
image! I am not, I can't, why?
Yeah, I see him eat all the time.
He's like, what am I talking about?
All the time!
Don Darrow.
I'm a hot mess. Okay.
This is a test of friendship.
Don't be scared.
Yes.
Just let it slide in.
Oh my
Relax.
god. Oh, what? What happened? What happened? What? What happened
Is that an outdoor kitchen?
That is an outdoor kitchen.
Hello.
Hi, Chef. Why did they give me a camera and a microphone?
Too
Yeah, because they don't know your name is Etner Mamos.
Exposing the trauma. It's like a fan dance. Just like peeking one little trauma at a time.
Arugs. How much?
I didn't want to keep my snake to myself. I wanted to share.
And of course, Arugs wins when the lights
Me
go
and
off.
Shep could right now on the stream, and it's still less awkward than that.
Go Arugs!
Oh my god, let's do this shit. Hi everyone. I was like, let's go. I was a quick pee. Hello, welcome to Arugs Happy Hour. Where are you honorary AOA yet? Calvino, of course you're on AOA. Yeah, like, of course. I'll have the council vote on it to make it official. So how's that? But of course. Hi, Kakome. So this is Arugs Happy Hour. It used to be me, Sean, John, and Shep, and yay! Aw. But now I've gone solo every other week, and talk about shit that is going on in my life. Trying to reduce some of my car talks a little bit, since you said you were dehydrated. Oh God. Okay. Thanks, babe. Thanks. Appreciate that. So I'm very excited. Con Carolina is coming up in 2 weeks, and it's just there's a lot going on in my life, a lot, and it's got me really like it got me thinking. Like, think about where we were a year ago as BSBN. Like, just all of us. Like, Bear was still new. Like, we didn't we knew Bear, but we didn't know Bear. Like, we had just known him like 6 months. Cutlery pre-order now. I know. I feel like I need to order some knives. Like, I need to order them and have them sent to Sean's house so that I could have them, and then I could do a commercial of selling Arugs cutlery. If my looks don't cut you down to the core, my sharp wit will, I think. High gear for some shifting high gear. But I was thinking just about how far we've come, just as BSBN. How far we've come as a friend group, how far I've come as a person. Look at Kagome. Look at Kagome right here. She's just a flippin' perfect example of how much we can grow in like a year, and how far we can come in a year, and how our relationships change, and how we just grow, and how life just throws shit at us, and we go and we move past it, and we thrive. How we thrive. And well, since this is how we go pour a glass of whiskey, BRB. Okay. I had like 2 Bloody Marys yesterday for Mother's Day, and I was like, oh, because I hadn't been drinking for a little bit, because my therapist is like, let's get your emotional state under control, then you can start drinking again. I was like, fine, all right, cool. I mean, you're right. I don't. Yay. The Con Carolina schedule is up. Yep, it is up. I hope you guys like it. I worked very hard on it. Sean did help me with it. I can't take 100% of the credit. He definitely helped. But yeah, like, drink your what? First off. just thinking, and I think it's just about me in general. Like just us in general, just taking a moment and validating ourselves and taking a moment and appreciating how far we've come as people, how close and how our relationships have developed with people. I think we get caught up. I know me in particular, I get fucking caught up in the whole my shortcomings. I get caught up, and I'm trying not to, because that's why I have a therapist and that's why I'm going to therapy and I'm going to all these things. But I get caught up in where I fall short, and I get caught up in what my relationships are lacking. Or here's the big one. Here's the big one that nobody really talks about is I sit here and I question. This includes friendships, relationships, even as a parent. I wonder why is this incredible individual in my life? Why are they choosing to be with me? Why are they choosing to be friends with me? Why are they choosing to be in some type of relationship with me? Even my children. I'm like, how did I get these two great kids? Like, how did I get that? And it's one of those, I have to stop. I have to stop. Like, I need to validate myself. I need to be able to sit here and go, I'm fucking amazing. And these people are fucking amazing. And we do amazing things together. And you know what? They're choosing me. And I don't need to question why they choose me, because they're an adult and they do their own thing. And they choose Bear. I just peed. Can you? But Bear don't drown the Arugs, right? What? Waterboarding me. He's waterboarding me. That's what's happening. But I spend a lot of time questioning why these amazing people are in my life. And I think that that's the thing. And I've been mulling over this in the past couple of weeks. That's her job. You said you were dehydrated. That's my job. Like, if it's a thirst trap, I'm the opposite of a thirst trap. I'm the dehydrator. I'm not dehydrated. The dehydrator sucks the water out. So it means I have plenty of water. I'll see myself out. Okay, y'all are funny. We in rare form tonight. I'm just gonna tell you, I'm in total rare form tonight. But I've been trying to, like, the past couple of weeks, I have been trying to find and accept, not find. I think I'm trying to accept my value as a person, and not accept my value as a person to other people, but just who I am to myself, and validate myself, and validate and find my value as who I am. And I have to am coming to this weird place where why is it that I put more stock in the people that, like, the wonderful people. I don't know if anybody else is like this, but I sit here and go to myself, this person is fucking fantastic. I love them in my life. They make me laugh. They're there for me. They support me. They're good for me. What the fuck is wrong with them to want to be with me or want to be my friend? What the fuck is wrong with them? But the people that treat me like garbage, and the people that use me and abuse me and don't care really about, like, don't respect my boundaries and don't respect my time, those are the people that I don't question why they're in my life. I'm just like, oh, well, no, I mean, I'm garbage, so I deserve to be treated like garbage. And I'm like, over the past couple of weeks, I'm like, nah, fam, I'm done. I'm done with that. I'm done. And I'm validating my own parking. I'm learning to pay myself the compliments. You know, like when you validate parking and you get parking validated, you know how you go to a doctor's office, you have the ticket, and you either have to pay for the parking or you go to the doctor's office and they will validate your parking. They're like, hey, yes, you know, and you don't have to pay anything. So I was like, they're so off now. I hope they don't leave me. That is anxious attachment style. And I am 100% there. Like, that's a whole thing. I'm not going to get, because I'm not a licensed therapist. But yes, yes, that Calvino. I try to not be needy, and then I'm like, oh, I'm a burden. And then it gets all weird in your head, and you get all spinny and needy, and then you're like, oh, I need you to... But the thing is I'm slowly getting to the place, which is great. It is really, really great. And I love it. Where I don't need anyone. And I'm going to preface this with, that does not mean I don't want people in my life. But I don't need people to validate my existence. I don't need somebody to tell me why they want me in their life. If they want me in their life, I'm just getting to that place where I'm just accepting it. I'm not going to question it, because pretty much if they want me in their life, then they already know how fucked up I am. Like, they already know how broken I am. They already know how crazy I am. Fuck, I put my shit out on the internet on a weekly. Like, that is a strong place to be getting to. And I'm trying to celebrate that. And I'm trying. It's not easy, and it's daily. It's right now. It's daily. It's not a consistent. So don't get that twisted. Like, I am like, oh, I'm healed, because I'm not. It's a daily. I struggle. Sometimes it's an hourly, but I'm getting there. And I'm no longer asking other people to pay to validate me, to pay the compliments, to support my mental and emotional state. And it's not that I'm shutting myself off, but because of where I was at mentally, with my mental illness and my emotional state, I was in that, like Calvino said, that anxious attachment where I was like so desperate and afraid that people were going to leave me, and that I was garbage, and that I did not understand why anybody so wonderful would want to be with me. So I'm going to do everything that I can to keep that person in my life. And in the end, I would end up self-sabotaging, because after a certain point, this person is so wonderful that in my brain, the back of my brain, I'm going, they're going to see all of my shit and not want to be with me. So I'm going to sabotage, and I'm going to push them away before they have a chance to leave me. And then it becomes this like crazy vicious cycle in my head. And so then I end up in a really bad rut and a really bad spiral. And I was there for years, decades, and I'm still there sometimes. And I'm working very hard to not go in that place as often. It's a slow process. It's very slow, and it is very difficult. And some days it feels like I'm army crawling through very thick mud, to just keep moving forward. But my value is no longer hinged on, one, what can I do for somebody else? Two, I no longer need people to reassure me that I am worth being around. And that is the biggest step that I've had in the past couple of weeks. And that's big. And that's big. It's big for me. That's huge, because I've never been there before. And it's exciting and a little scary, because it's new. And I don't know, like how does this work? How does this work? Because they teach you all the things to get healed, right? But they don't tell you how all of this is going to fit into your life after you get healed. I know what being treated badly is like. I know what treating myself badly looks like. I know how that feels. I know what that looks like. I don't know this whole self-worth thing. Self-validation, I don't know you. But I'm told that I need to know you. So here we are. You got a new emotional toy to play with. I do. I am working on that nice little reno, which by the way, I told my therapist about that metaphor, that analogy that I used about my brain is a haunted hoarder's, toxic haunted hoarder's house. And she's like, that was the most amazing thing I've ever heard. However, let's unpack this. I don't know about anyone else. I spent a lot of time and energy and mental and emotional brain power not enjoying being one by myself and alone in my head, but two, not enjoying the presence of people I care about and I love and people who I admire and respect. Because the entire time I was with them, and this goes for Con Carolinas, this goes for like the BSBN, this goes for a lot of my friends here in Houston. I spent a lot of time wondering, worrying, second guessing. Okay, why are they like, okay, I want to make sure that I don't understand why they are friends with me or why they are with me or why they want to be around me. So I'm going to spend most of my time not being present with them because I'm worried that if I'm just going to say one wrong thing, I'm going to do one wrong thing and everything's going to fall apart. It's like the house of cards. And everything's like, you're just like on edge the entire time. And now, slowly, very slowly, I'm emphasizing slowly because I'm not telling you this is not an instant fix and I am not perfected it whatsoever, but I'm slowly getting to the point where fuck it. If I end up by myself, fuck it. Because I'm fucking strong. I look at what I've accomplished in the past year, mentally and emotionally. I look at what I've survived, and I'm like, if somebody doesn't want to be in my life, they don't want to be my friend or whatever, then fine, fuck it, leave, go. I don't know. Who's that? Because I don't know who that is. I in my head, I'm the person that's like, please don't leave me. Please don't leave me. I'll do whatever you want. I'll do the weird, freaky, nasty shit that you want me to do. And I just don't leave me. And now I'm like, okay, walk. What? I don't know. When you finally start seeing your value, when you start valuing yourself, it's a whole different mindset. And it's still very hard because the trauma pops up because you haven't completely evicted all those people out of your head and those voices out of your head that are telling you you're scum and you're fat and you're ugly and you're worthless and you're bad at sex and all those things that are still not completely evicted out of your head. But the voices aren't as loud and they're not in control anymore. And that's, how are you hearing all those voices from my right? They all say the same thing. Those toxic motherfuckers, they're like fucking termites. They take over. I had that happen on Friday. Those intrusive thoughts, those little intrusive thoughts that took over, and I was about to spiral out of control. I could feel it. And that's another thing is like you start noticing, like once you start healing, you start noticing before you go off the cliff. You start to be able to see the signs of, oh, maybe I should pay attention to the 6 million different signs that you're about to go off the cliff. So maybe we should not go off the cliff and take a right over here. You have a panel at 8 a.m. on Saturday. Nope. Sorry, Kagome. You're beautiful. It's fine. You don't have to show up. Isn't that our grinds my beans? Yeah, you can blame Jay for that one. That Jay wanted that one. But I had those thoughts in my head. Why am I not good enough? Why am I not good enough? What can I do? Why am I feeling this way? Why am I not good enough? Why am I not pretty enough? Am I not smart enough? Oh, here's the other one. Am I not cool enough? Am I not laid back enough? Because y'all can tell right now, I talk a mile a minute. I talk with my hands. I'm overexcited and I'm over loud and I'm over emotional. What? So Jay is a masochist too? Oh, I mean, I don't think so. I think he's a sadist, to be real honest. If I remember correctly, mine could be wrong. I know he's a switch. I'm pretty sure he's a switch. Why, that's a thing. But I've also, in this whole self-validation, in this whole journey to find my value and worth to myself, you are who you are, and I stand. In finding the value to myself and finding my own worth in who I am. I also had to be really careful on making sure that I'm not telling myself I don't need to be told I'm great. Because you can overcompensate for that. There's needing to be told you're beautiful and you're smart, and needing to be told that you're valued to somebody else, and needing that as a validation, somebody else to validate your worth, and needing that confirmation to make you feel safe and settled and worth something. And then there's getting those things, that confirmation, that validation, not even validation, but compliments. Being told that you're valued to somebody else. Because after a while, somebody's not going to tell you that you're great. I'm not going to assume. I'm not a mind reader. Don't assume that they know. I mean, if they value themselves and you don't tell them you're wonderful, you're good looking, you're smart, I appreciate you in my life, I like how you make me laugh, I don't know, like, whatever. If you don't tell them that, they're going to assume you don't give a shit. And they're going to walk. Because it's like, oh. Because I'm not going to ask you, because that's fishing. I don't need to go fishing. I don't need to go fishing. I'm not fishing for compliments. Oh, no. Hold on a second. My daughter's texting me. She doesn't feel well. I think that there's a balance, because I still need to hear that you I know how great I am. I find well, I don't know that. I'm learning that. I spend a lot of time searching for validation in other people. And it's led me down some really dark paths. And I it I hurt a lot of people in the process. Because instead of being honest with myself and saying I need this to fill a void that I am not filling, that I am refusing to work on in myself, I used other people. I used them, and emotionally and mentally, and I feel terrible about that because it was my own insecurity, it was my own trauma, and I inflicted that. It was like a chain reaction. It's that cycle. Here, I need to validate this missing, whatever it is I'm missing in myself. So I'm gonna like a succubus. I'm gonna suck you dry, and not in the fun way. Like, and I feel terrible for that. I really do. But I can't go back and change it, and I can make amends where I can, and I have, and I can learn my lesson from that. And what did that teach me? And that's teaching me. I choose the wrong time to come back when you say I'm going to suck you dry. I mean, I do have an oral fetish. So, been known to suck a soul or two. I'm here to be sucked on today. Oh my God. Well, thank you, Bear. Thank you for your sacrifice. Thank you. God damn it. I want to enjoy the people in my life. And I don't mean sexually, and I don't mean that. I mean, what I mean is I'm getting to this place of safety in myself. I am providing my own safe space. I am providing my own self-validation. I'm validating my own parking. You know what? I'll pay for my parking. It's fine. I thought gingers didn't have souls. Ooh, shit. I'm going to let y'all fight that out in the chat. That I no longer worry. I no longer worry whether what I'm doing is going to cause somebody to leave. Now, am I going to go and do whatever without being concerned about that other person? Absolutely not. Like that's just cruel, selfish, and egotistical, and I'm not that. But it's nice. It is so nice to not spend my entire time wondering, I don't understand why they're choosing me. I don't understand. I'm garbage. I don't understand why this wonderful human wants to spend time with me, or this wonderful human wants to be my friend, or this great person wants to hang out with me. And I no longer think that. I am now trying. Shh, doesn't mean you can't try. I am now trying to go, I am so grateful that this person, this wonderful human, is in my life. Because I can't control other people. I can't control other people. I can only control myself. And that, folks, that is the whole thing. Is other people can't validate me on any long term. And I'm the only one that can make my own choices. And I'm the only one that can do for myself. And I can't control others. I can't control how they feel. I can't control how they can't control how I feel. Can what I do affect it? Yeah. Yeah, it can affect it, but that doesn't mean I can control it. It doesn't mean I can like change the outcome. I've spent my entire life trying to manipulate people and situations so that they don't leave me, or that the outcome comes out the way I want, or I get what I want out of people. And that's too much work. I'm getting too old for that shit. You better be grateful because I'm a motherfucking catch. Right? I'm a motherfucking catch. But I am okay. And I'm getting to this point. I'm an amazing catch. I'm an amazing person. I got great qualities. I've got some not so great qualities. And so does everybody. But I am getting to the place where if somebody doesn't want to be in my life, if they want to leave, then I need to let them go. And I am okay. I will be okay. I will hurt and I will be sad, but I will be okay. I'll be okay. I don't need anyone. I want my friends. I don't need somebody to validate my existence. I don't need to be needed. And that was the thing that's the big trauma, and that's the big step that I've been taking is I don't need to be needed. And I don't need people in my life. I choose to have people in my life. And that's even better. Because when you need somebody in your life, when you need people to validate your existence, when you need all that reassurance, it sets an expectation of yourself, of your relationship with that person. It sets this expectation that this person might not ever meet and that you might not ever get. And it's unfair. It's unfair to that other person for you to have this expectation that they might not have even agreed to. But when you're choosing somebody, when you choose to be a friend to somebody, when you're choosing to be in this person's life, it alleviates that expectation because you are choosing to go, this person comes with everything. And I'm choosing to be there. And I don't need them to be anything other than themselves. I don't need them to be anything other than who they are. Because when you need somebody to validate yourself and your value, when you need that person, then all of a sudden you need them to be your supply. You need them to be your drug dealer. You need them to reassure you that you need that. They suddenly become this supply chain to you of compliments and reassurances and cuddly feelings and the things that. But when you choose, you just exist together. And that's fun. I'm finding my relationships and my view on my relationships with people are so much better. I want to catch an Arugs to the face. I mean, I don't know, you catch these hands? I got monkey toes. I can kick you. I can pinch you with my toes. I do have monkey toes. I have good days and bad days, but my bad days aren't nearly as bad anymore. And I think that that's somewhere because I'm doing the work. And I don't need anyone anymore. Or I don't need anyone as much anymore. I still need people. It's still a slow process. I'm not going to get rid of everybody right away. But I am feeling settled in my head. So I'm breaking down these walls and I'm letting the air out. And for the first time, there's sunshine shining in my head and it's nice. There's still rain. I mean, there's still weather, but yeah. I know that seems all cheesy and corny but it's true because I have struggled with that I think that that's a big thing that I've struggled with is feeling worthy. Yay, you got sunshine in a bag. Did. I've struggled with feeling worthy. I struggled with validation and seeking external validation, especially when I'm in a bad place. Um, because of my trauma and my mental illness, um, the voices in my head get really loud, and the voices in my head tell me I'm worthless, and they tell me that every word that comes out of my mouth is wrong, and that I'm too much. At the same time, we went over this. I'm too much, and then not enough, and I'm ugly, and I'm not smart enough. I'm not talented enough. I am not good enough for this person. These voices create these scenarios in my head, and they're so loud sometimes. So you say you have sunshine on a cloudy day. I've got sunshine on a cloudy day. It's the Temptations. I saw them 3 times in concert. I'm a huge Motown fan, but those voices get really loud. And I'm learning. I'm slowly come to terms with those voices are just my inner child. It's my trauma. It's my it's my inner young adult. It's them hurting. It's them hurting. And it's them being afraid. And when you get to that place where you're no longer trying to seek somebody else to reassure yourself, and you're starting to get to that point to where you're like, okay, I know what this is, and we're going to get through it, and I'm going to get through it, and it's going to be fine. It's comforting, and it's empowering. It's empowering. It really is empowering to not need somebody to help you feel like you're worth something. Because all of a sudden you're just like, look at me, I'm a great human being. What makes you feel this way, my Arugs? Which way? Bad or good? Actually, no, I should not use bad or good. My therapist would be really mad at me if I use bad or good. That's not... Feel the feelings that serve me or feel the feelings that don't serve me. Gotta reframe how I'm thinking about things. My trauma has made me feel that way. A lot of years of being told that. And my therapist, I'm going to say this a lot, my therapist has told me it's my belief. It became my belief system. You're told something over and over and over again, and you tell yourself something over and over and over again, and you start to believe it. Whether it is true or not, you start to believe it because you are constantly being told that, and so it becomes something you believe. So I keep getting told that the sky is green over and over and over and over and over again from a child to adulthood, and then you're going to believe that the sky is green, that color is green. Even though it's not, it's blue. And so I'm having to find a new belief system. And it's hard. So I have to counteract these negative thoughts with what is the truth? What is reality? What are the facts? Am I worthless? No, I am not worthless. Okay. Well, am I ugly? No, I'm not ugly. Well, I mean, probably to somebody I'm ugly because I'm, whatever. It's not their, personal preference. But no, I to myself am not ugly. Looks outside. Sky looks a little black to me. It's a little dark, a little cloudy, a little rainy. But just like I'm telling my kids, and just like my dad told me, smooth seas don't make a skilled sailor. So we're going to survive the storm, and we're going to learn from it, and we're just going to be better for it. And so I have to counteract all of that. But all of that to say, I don't need any of you. And I know that sounds really selfish, and I know that sounds, but I choose all of you. I want you guys to be here, but I don't need you to validate. If I stream to 2 people or no people, I'm okay with that. And that is big for me because I no longer put my stock in other people's opinions about myself. And that's a really scary thing for me to say. Yay, thank you. Thanks for subscribing. That was a fun sound too. I was like, I want you guys. I want you to be here, and I want to grow with you guys, and I want to share my journey with you guys, but I don't need you guys anymore. And that's, you choose me, and I choose you. And you know what? I'm gonna keep choosing you guys, and I'm gonna keep choosing myself. I want it to be a choice. I don't want it to be a need. I need to eat. I need to sleep, and I need shelter, and I occasionally need clothes. Occasionally. But outside of that, I don't need you guys to validate my existence. But I want you guys to be in my life, and I want you to share my journey with me. I can pay for my own parking. I don't need you guys to validate it. Park in that parking space. But I'm glad to have found this place. Are busy playing shooters. Oh, well, thank you. That's my point, is trying to, I'm sharing my mental health journey. I am not, what if we want to validate your parking? Oh, well, you can bear. Paragon, I had gone through a breakdown a few months ago, and I had this, in all of this, I had been struggling with, especially with, I had been streaming so much, I've been working so much, I had been just putting a lot of, I've been going through a lot of stuff personally. And I decided to get back to why I started streaming, and why I started streaming, and I started out on YouTube. I didn't even start streaming on Twitch. Is a lot of sharing my, I think he's trying to pull up to your bumper. Listen, nobody rides my bumper without getting brake checked. I'm just saying. But I wanted to share my journey and my growth. And I also want to be open and honest. I want to change the narrative on what it looks like to work through your mental health. Because I think a lot of times we forget that we're all dealing with something. And I don't want to be sad. But I want to be honest. I want to be honest. I want to be real, and I want to be real about my struggles, and I want to be real about what pisses me off and what makes me happy. And I want to also stop negating my successes. That also goes with validating myself, because a lot of people negate their successes, whether it be their mental health success or their personal successes or personal goals or professional successes. Like, we don't celebrate our successes because we're afraid of making somebody else feel bad. And I want to celebrate my success. Some things have a big nigger and a big mirrors left me. You know what? And that's okay to keep walking. And that's okay if some days, I think even Bear said it, some days you just need to stop and rest. But Paragon, this is the thing that I tell people. And this is the whole point of Nerd Mom Ace and Arugs and just me in general. I am not. Oh, I heard Bear was saying he was hydrated. Oh no, Bear had told me that in a personal conversation when I called him on the way home, literally sobbing, like literally sobbing. He is my emotional support begging. But I say I don't want to be ashamed of my scars. I want people to see my emotional and mental scars, and I want to see everything because they encourage people and they show people that I have survived some shit. And they also warn my enemies that I am able to survive some shit. So come at me. My scars help other people. And your scars are just as beautiful because it makes us stronger. And you know what, Paragon? We can make it through this year. Just make it through the moment. And we can do it together. But I want to share my successes with you. And I think that this past couple of weeks have been huge for me. They really have. I feel stronger. And it's still just as scary, and it's still just as hard, and being honest about my feelings and my emotions, and I still have those thoughts, those negative thoughts of what the fuck are you doing and why are you doing this? And like even like halfway through this stream, I thought to myself, you're rambling. What the fuck are you saying? Like you don't have a point. You're not funny. Ha ha. Like no, I'm me. And I talk a lot. And I talk fast, and I talk in circles sometimes, and I talk randomly, and this is my channel. Thanks, Calvino. And I want the people in my life, all of my friends, all of you here, all of my friends, I want them to know. Don't ever question why I choose you. Don't. Because I think you're awesome. And I wouldn't, trust me, I wouldn't be here if I didn't think you were amazing. And that's the truth. Because I am going through a massive purge in my life right now. And congratulations, if you're in my life right now, you made the cut. I didn't think I would survive a few months ago. I didn't think I would survive 6 months ago. I was broken. I was broken. I had spent decades being a people pleaser, being a codependent, being an enabler. I lost myself. I lost myself somewhere along the way. And honestly, I don't even know if I knew who I really was. I just hopped from one person to another to just tell me what you want me to be and I'll be it. Tell me what I need to do and I'll do it. What do you expect of me? I'll meet that expectation. I'll exceed that expectation because that's what was always expected of me. I always exceed expectations. So tell me what's expected of me and I will meet that. So the past few months when I had to face the reality that I was broken. I was in a million pieces and I was looking at myself in the mirror and I didn't know who that person was. And months went by and I was slowly clawing my way back. And just when I thought I would get my feet up under me, the rug would get pulled out from under me again. And I just felt lost. and this emptiness I felt because I didn't find value in myself and worth in myself because I didn't. So here I was feeling like I got tossed aside. And and what happened is that I finally broke down. I got broken, and I had to come face to face with all of the trauma and all of my mental illness. I had to stop ignoring my inner child and the trauma that I inflicted on that person and the inner young adult that I was ignoring, and I had to come face to face with that. And that was scary. And that is scary. And I'm having to build that relationship with myself again. And I'm having to discover myself again. And that's not easy at my age. That is not easy. I have a few decades. I have a few decades and of not knowing who I am. So relearning and re-meeting and reinventing myself, that's taken some time. And I'm finding what works and I'm finding what doesn't work and I'm finding myself. And not a couple weekends ago, for the first time in the 40 years I have been alive, I sat and I felt safe in my head. I felt safe inside myself. And it felt good. It was calm. It was comforting. It wasn't scary. You know how sometimes when you disassociate or things are quiet and you get nervous because of your trauma, because of the abuse, when things get quiet, you get scared. I didn't feel that anymore. And it was nice. It was really nice. And I want to continue to try to do that. I want to feel safe. But I am no longer looking at other people to help me feel safe. I am going to make myself feel safe. I'm going to do what I need to do to keep my inner child safe and deal with my bratty young adult. Because let's be honest, I was a brat from the beginning. I was born that way. I'm a sassy pants. I'm a sassy pants. I was born with sassy pants. Like I said last Arugs Happy Hour, I am going to make a safe space for them. For my inner child, for my inner young adult, and my future self. And the only person that can do that is me. I do need some help. That's why I have a therapist. That's why I take medication. And that's why I have great friends in my life. I'm starting to weed out the negativity, the toxic people, the people that bring drama, the people who need things from me all the time, the people who made me feel needed. I'm weeding out those people. And I'm surrounding myself with people who are not perfect. They're not. They're just as fucked up as me, and they're wonderful, and they're supportive, and they're funny, and they're great. And I know that at any time I can go, I'm struggling, I need help, and they're there. And just like they can with me. And I'm surrounding myself with people who are positive. And not that plastic positivity of thoughts and prayers. I'm sending you my thoughts and prayers. Why don't you just smile about it? Why don't you just pray about it? Why don't you just, why don't you go exercise? Because exercising will help you feel happy. No. What I mean by surrounding myself with positive people is that I can go, I am in a dark place, and they will go, okay, I will sit with you until you are better. What do you need? Do you need some water? You need to hydrate? Okay. Yeah, Bear will tell you to hydrate. Do you want me to sit on the phone with you while you cry? I will sit on the phone with you while you cry. I will be here for you. That's being positive. That is supporting somebody without dismissing them. They are accepting you for who you are, and they are there for you. They are not doing for you, but they're going to let you know that you're not doing it alone. And that's a motherfucking vibe. When you get to a place past the trauma, or not even past it, because I don't think I'll ever be past some of my trauma, because that trauma is deep. That trauma is real. That trauma is that scar is that's a crack in the foundation that I don't know if I'm ever going to get rid of. But when you can start seeing past all of the trauma, when the trauma isn't the only thing you see, and you start seeing outside that, and you can start seeing yourself a little bit clearer, and you start seeing yourself clearly, it's a great thing. And you start seeing the person that everyone else sees. And that's weird. Because you're spending all your time, those weird, dark, awful, termite-y, buzzy voices in your head telling you you're worthless and you're ugly and you're stupid and you're untalented and you're all these things and you deserve to be treated badly. And when you start doing the work on cleaning up the house, and you start seeing the glimmer past some of the trauma, and you start seeing yourself, you start seeing the person that everyone else is looking at, that you just haven't been able to see because you've been blinded by all of the pain and the suffering and the self-doubt. And you're finally, honestly, this is going to sound silly, and I'll end with this, I guess. I look in the mirror and I really try to take time now to look, because I'm finally seeing the person that my friends and my loved ones and see. And it's sort of weird because I feel like I look different, because I'm not seeing all of the bad things. I'm not seeing all of that. I'm seeing this person that is really great. And I don't feel guilty for thinking that. And I don't feel guilty. I don't feel guilty for thinking that. And finally am able to see. And I'm starting to give y'all homework. Because I feel like Arugs. I mean, I feel like, it's the educator in me. Don't know. I've been a teacher most of my life. I'm not a teacher now, but here's the thing. I want this week, because, last time we said we're going to find our positive triggers, which I hope everybody did. I hope everybody found their positive triggers. The things that trigger positivity in you, not the negative triggers. So I hope you all did that. So this week, what I really, I encourage you guys to do is, for 1 minute, really look at yourself. And don't look at yourself with judgment. Don't look at yourself and go and listen to the voices, but just sit there and just look like you've never seen yourself before. And see what you see. Don't look at yourself like you're looking at you. Look at yourself in the mirror like you are seeing yourself for the first time. And really look. No judgment, none of that, but just look. Look at your facial features. Pay attention to how you feel about that. And I think that you're going to start seeing something too. Something, and you won't be able to, maybe you won't be able to pinpoint what exactly you're looking at and exactly who you're looking at or what exactly is making you feel, but teacher Arugs. But it's going to be different. When you look at yourself in the mirror and you really look and you're looking at yourself for 30 seconds, that doesn't even have to be a whole minute, without judgment, where you literally shut off those voices that are picking apart all of the negative parts in yourself, and you really look at yourself like you're seeing yourself for the first time, I think you're going to feel a little differently, even if just for a moment. And that might be that good feeling, that good thing that you see, that person that you're seeing in the mirror, the one you don't hate, the one you're not bashing on, the one you're not putting down, that person that you're looking at that you actually sort of like. That might be the person that your friends are actually looking at, not the one you create for yourself in the mirror. So, with that, it's been an hour. I've rambled. Thank you for joining your Arugs Happy Hour. And I have rambled a little bit. So, Arugs Happy Hour next time. It's not next week, but the week after, I will be in Charlotte. So I will be streaming probably from either my best friend's house, Pep's house. I'll be streaming from somewhere. But yes, I will be in Charlotte for Con Carolinas. I can't believe it's in 2 weeks. Tomorrow it's BSBN Gaming, and also gaming with Zartner After Dark and all of that. So I appreciate you guys being here for Arugs Happy Hour, and I will check you guys later. Okay.